We continue our conversation now about the 27th Congressional District with a candidate who has surprised many with his fundraising prowess. Matt Haggman is a former reporter with the Miami Herald, and for the past 5 years, he was also the Miami program director for the Knight Foundation, a great job where he got to give out lots of money to people in Miami. And in full disclosure, Matt and I worked together at the Miami Herald for a brief period of time before I got fired and you moved on to better things.
Well, thank you for having me, Jim. This is my first TV interview. My first since becoming a political candidate. So well, thanks for having me.
I cannot promise I'll be gentle.
I know that.
So let's start with what we were talking about in the previous segment. You sat in as Craig Smith talked about Donna Shalala's potential candidacy. Every indication I have from talking to people is that she's serious and even likely to get into this race. If she gets in the race, what will you do?
Jim, from the moment that I announced my candidacy back in August, when I resigned from Knight Foundation, our focus has been on the voters and the residents of the 27th District, period. That is unchanged, and that will be unchanged. Furthermore, from the very beginning, I've been all in. I resigned from Knight Foundation to do this, and we continue forward just as we started.
All right. What do you think are the major issues in your race? And let me even take a step back. Why
do this? That's a good question,
yes,
right? As you mentioned, life at Knight in my previous job was pretty good. Jim, I really think we're at a moment of crisis. You know, I think we're at a moment where we need a new way forward. We have a president who I think is taking our country backwards, and I think in many ways is trying to dismantle our democracy. Furthermore, we have long-standing problems that are not being met. And if we don't try and meet these problems, they're going to get a whole lot worse much, much sooner. You know, I think we need a new way forward, and a new way forward that's built on empowering and fighting for people, and a new way forward that's built on instilling trust in our democracy. And Jim, for 10 years, you mentioned we worked together at the Miami Herald, 10 years as a journalist. And journalism in so many ways is about fighting for people. Whether it's, you know, where I was writing stories about fraudulent mortgage brokers who are preying upon home buyers, or self-dealing politicians, or development that imperiled the environment. And then the work at Knight Foundation over the last 6 years, that was all built on empowering people, about working with nonprofits and entrepreneurs.
All right, let me jump in
all
here.
Of that.
All right. So now, looking at your website and looking at your issue section, the very first issue that you have on your website is defeating Donald Trump. So let me ask you this. One of the other candidates in the race, Mary Barzee Flores, has come out with an ad calling for the impeachment of Donald Trump. Do you believe Donald Trump should be impeached?
I do. I would vote to impeach Donald Trump. Candidly, Jim, I think probably every candidate in this race would vote to impeach Donald Trump.
Is that a little bit irresponsible, though? Shouldn't you let the Mueller investigation go through its process, see what the findings are before reaching that conclusion?
I think that certainly we let the investigation proceed, but I think we just learned just this week that there was actually a thought to actually fire Mueller over this investigation. And previously, we had the head of the James Comey was fired over, Donald Trump himself said, over concerns about the Russia investigation. I think there already is enough there to impeach, and I would vote to impeach. But Jim, I would also say that, and certainly what my candidacy is about, is that we have other issues too, and issues that we've been unable to grapple with, and we need to. Sorry, go ahead.
So let's talk about immigration. So the president put forward an immigration plan. What do you think of the immigration plan that he put forward?
DACA is critically important, and we need a plan now. How they've attached all of these other strings to it, I think it makes this objectionable. I think it's
this proposal, as it's now laid out, if you were in Congress, you would not vote to support that proposal.
That's right.
What would be the major sticking point for you? What would you want to see change?
We're actually now trying to change our overall immigration policy that has served this country. I mean, let's first go back to the immigration is the lifeblood of this country. We are a country of immigrants. My own family, my mother-in-law came here in 1966 from Cuba, going through the Freedom Tower, right? And what did she find? She found a country that welcomed with open arms and gave her and her late husband, my late father-in-law, a shot. And they then went on, have led, to lead a terrific life here in Miami and in this country. That's what we need to get back to being, rather than then what we are now is under this plan, we're actually trying to change immigration policy, as your own report mentioned, changing laws going back to the 1920s.
All right, let's take a break here. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll pick up on some other issues. I want to talk to you about health care, what you think should be done with regard to Obamacare. Up next, more with Matt Haggman.